I feel so discombobulated today. What is going on?
We're live whenever you're ready.
I'm good on my end.
Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call the April 14th, 2025 Borough Council meeting to order. Will the clerk please read the open public meeting statement?
Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided as required under Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, specifying the time, date, and location by posting a copy of the notice on the municipal building, municipal website, providing a copy of the annual notice schedule to the official newspapers of the borough, and is on file in the clerk's office.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana.
Here.
Councilman Collins.
Here.
Councilman Manco. Councilwoman Payne. Here. Councilman Poznansky.
Here.
Councilman Potter.
Here.
Mayor Murray.
Present.
Borough Attorney Peter Vignola.
Present.
Borough Engineer Mike McClellan.
Here.
Borough Engineer Luke Skanka.
Here.
Borough Administrator Fred Carr.
Yes.
Borough Clerk Monica Orlando. Present.
Will everyone please stand for a moment of silence, which will be followed by the salute of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Native flag and
Now is the time for public comment, limited to the resolutions on the agenda only. If you wish to speak, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Again, this is the public portion, is limited to the comments only on the resolutions listed on the agenda at this time. There will be a 5-minute time limit set forth by the rules of council. If someone raises their hand, please come up to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, I will close public comment. Authorizing payment of municipal obligations. Next on the agenda, we have authorizing payment of municipal obligations. Will the clerk please read Resolution 25-142 by title?
2025-142, authorizing the payment of bills, claims, and statements against the Borough of Milltown in the total amount of $1,913,305.68.
You have heard the reading of this resolution. Are there any questions? May I have a motion and a second, please?
Motion. Make a motion to approve this resolution. Second.
I have a motion made by Council President Zambrana, seconded by Councilman Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana.
Aye.
Councilman Collins.
Aye.
Councilwoman Payne. Aye. Councilman Poznansky.
Aye.
Councilman Potter.
Aye.
Consent agenda. A consent resolution has been prepared for the resolutions listed on the agenda. All matters listed under the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature and having been reviewed by Borough Council will be enacted on in one motion. Any items may be removed from the consent agenda at the request of any council member, and if so removed, will be treated as a separate matter. Any items requiring expenditures are supported by a certification of funds. If any member of council wants any resolutions acted upon individually, please give me the resolution number and it will be pulled from the consent resolution.
I do. 2025-145. Shake your head. Can I speak?
We're not there yet.
Okay.
Is there any others? No? Okay. Will the clerk please read the consent resolution?
Whereas pursuant to the rules of council, the council may establish a consent agenda for any regular or special meetings upon certain conditions, and whereas each of the following resolutions to be presented before the Borough Council at its April 14th, 2025 meeting appear to have the unanimous approval of all members of the Borough Council, 2025-144, 2025-146 through 153. Now therefore be it resolved by the Borough Council of the Borough of Milltown that each of the above listed resolutions be approved and adopted by the Borough Council with the same legal effect as though each were read in its entirety at its April 14th, 2025 meeting and adopted by separate vote.
May I have a motion and a second to approve?
Motion to approve. Second.
I have a motion made by Council President Zambrana, seconded by Councilman Collins. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana.
Aye.
Councilman Collins.
Aye.
Councilwoman Payne.
Aye.
Councilman Poznanski.
Aye.
Councilman Potter.
Aye.
Will the clerk please read Resolution 2025-145 by title, please?
Authorizing to hire a municipal clerk.
May I have what's the pleasure, Council?
Discussion.
We need a motion, a second, then you can
Motion and a
discuss.
second.
I'll make a motion that we approve the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Collins and seconded by Councilwoman Payne. Is there any discussion?
This is on 145, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm reluctantly asking to table the hiring of a new borough clerk. I was not informed that a candidate was in the works. Keep shaking your head.
I will.
Good. I do not know if it is a he or a she. Apparently, I am expected to vote yes to confirm the candidate. That is not acceptable, Council President Zambrana.
It's actually pronounced Zambrana.
I'm speaking. I'm speaking, sir.
You
I
may
have
speak.
every, I am speaking, sir.
You may speak.
Not according to you. I have every right as an elected representative of the people of Milltown to do my due diligence to make sure that the clerk that I vote for has been completely vetted by me. That would include seeing a resume, speaking with members of the Personnel Committee, a joint discussion with all of council in a closed session meeting, etc. The Personnel Committee is a recommending body, and I did not receive a recommendation. That means there was at least one member of the governing body that had no knowledge of an upcoming hire. I will have to abstain, as I expect no one will second my motion to table. I'm very disappointed with the council president's leadership here. This is a personal, political, or he may explain to the residents that there are other reasons to exclude me. His actions are a breach of Robert's Rules of Order, which we follow. According to Robert's Rules, a two-thirds vote is required for any motion that takes rights away from members, such as rights include the right to be informed of a pending action. The pending action involved here is the hiring of a borough clerk. Thank you. I am done.
Councilman Collins, you look like you had a comment. Did you have a comment or not?
No, I just, this is usually the procedure you do, right, with the Personnel Committee? Yeah, so I didn't have any questions.
Okay. May I have would the clerk please call the roll?
Council President Zambrana.
Aye.
Councilman Collins.
Aye.
Councilman Manco. Oh, sorry. Councilwoman Payne.
Aye.
Councilman Poznanski.
Abstain.
Councilman Potter.
Aye.
Reports from elected officials. Council President Zambrana.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So on second Tuesday of this month, last week, the Revitalization Committee met to discuss a timeline for Milltown Day. For anybody that doesn't know, last Saturday in September, which is the 27th of September, it will be Milltown Day, rain or shine. Registration should be open shortly. Again, we have a timeline that goes through April all the way to September with certain actions that we're going to take, including maybe mixing it up, the proceeds this year. Instead of adding more planters, maybe we'll go with some signage on poles, much like other towns have in past years. HRC committee met on the first Tuesday of the month, which is April 1st. Discussed a number of items. HRC would like me to the HRC committee would like me to just wish everyone a happy Passover, which started on Saturday. Would like to wish everybody that they had a nice Palm Sunday as we get ready for Holy Week, and to have a happy Easter Sunday. Two observances this year, or this month I should say, are April is Deaf History Month, and it is also Holocaust Remembrance. And that concludes my reports, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Collins?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I got 3 reports, so people are going to get tired of me in about 2 minutes. I had the important one is I have a letter from the Environmental Commission requesting that they change the date of Earth Day from April 19th to May 10. Dear Mayor and Council, we, the Environmental Commission, are writing a request to change the date for our Earth Day cleanup and fair. It has come to our attention that the original date is April 19th does not work for our community. We are requesting a change of date to May 10th, 2025. The event will still be held at Mill Pond Park from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. with no rain date. As in previous years, we would like to have a cleanup around the town and we'll have tables around the park area. The tables will offer earth-friendly information, demonstrations, and vendors. We would also like to have a family-friendly activity such as a beanbag toss and kayaking to truly make it a fun, family fun day. For our event to be successful, we're asking collaboration and support from the Borough of Milltown. We would not be able to have our cleanup without the support from the Department of Public Works. DPW does not just help with the collecting of litter around the town from the cleanup. They assist in setting up the park at Mill Pond Park and provide gloves, bags, pickup tools for cleanup participants. Ralph and his crew are an integral part of our day. From the setup to cleanup, we could not run the event without them. We would also ask the Recreation Department to join us again this year. With the help, we're able to offer families fun games and activities at the park throughout the day. The games provided by the Recreation Department prompted families to stay and enjoy the day and take some time to gather the information offered at the tables in the park. We will strive to make this a special community event and will showcase various public and private offerings in our town. We thank you for considering the request and sincerely hope that each of you can support and join us in celebrating Milltown's Earth Day and cleanup and fair this year. Respectfully, the Environmental Commission. Do we need anything to pass that, or do we need to talk to Ralph to make sure the date's open?
I believe that they checked with everybody and the date's open.
Date's open, okay.
Yeah, it was just a matter of you guys saying, okay. So I could put an official resolution on for the next meeting.
That's fine.
And we have there's still openings for the Environmental Commission if we have any volunteers, and the Schwindeman Cabin Committee, there's also several openings.
And just, we're going to reuse the waiver for kayaking that you drew up last year.
If there's going to be kayaking, I would love everybody to sign a waiver.
Yep. That's what I'm saying, we're going to use the same one that you produced last year.
Sounds good.
Fabulous.
I went to the library meeting Tuesday, April 8th. I just go over some of the highlights. There's a new book page that you can preview books at the library, so if anybody wants to buy a book or check out a book, you can check out the book page preview at the library. They gave over 50 new library cards to 5th graders, and over 80 in the month of March were issued. And I was very impressed with the librarian Charlie said that we're tied in with the rest of other communities, like 90% of the communities in Middlesex County, and we have access to over 1 million books that are available to the residents. And I'll talk about the security cameras later they went over. And the Board of Health meeting, rabies event will be May 27th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the DPW building. And that concludes my reports, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Did any bring councilmen make those reports, or will they be ready? No comment.
If he's got questions, thanks.
Councilwoman?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of the Police Department, between March 1st and March 31st, the police responded to 1,281 calls for service. During this period, the police conducted 111 radar details in numerous locations. They made 483 motor vehicle stops during this period, and they investigated 9 motor vehicle accidents. Of the 20 days of school in March, police covered 44 crossing posts. 22 arrests were made, varied arrests, shoplifting, 3 arrests for DWI, active warrants, 2 arrests for aggravated assault, and 1 arrest for possession of a controlled dangerous substance. Solicitor permits, the only thing that I want to add that the chief felt was important for everyone to know is that the department has issued 5 solicitor permits, and that includes the identification cards by the Borough of Milltown through the police department. These permits were issued to individuals who are working for a home remodeling company. If they're not displayed, you should ask any individual who comes to your door to show you their permit. The ID card will display their photo, name, company, title, issue, date, and expiration date. If you do not want solicitors to knock on your door, then sign up to be added to the Do Not Knock list. The form can be found on the Borough website. If you have any doubts, of course, call the non-emergency number at the police department. Police department is always asking me to remind you about that they'll do a residential security check, and to also always check the Civic Ready emergency alert when you receive those. And some of those can be messages from Public Works or from the Borough Clerk's office, the Senior Center, Rec, and so on. So if you haven't signed up, please do so. You can, to receive those messages, text the word Milltown in all capital letters to 38276. For the Milltown Fire Department, just some general information that the fire department very active lately, as always, I should say, in terms of their community efforts. On March 20th, Chief Fama, along with members of the rescue squad, attended a CPAG meeting at Spotswood High School. And CPAG stands for Special Education Parent Advisory Group, to discuss and answer questions concerning special needs people during emergency calls. And among the topics were community involvement with the Middlesex County Sheriff's Office, giving out information on the county special needs program and registry. They were able to help a parent of hearing impaired child using the resources from both the rescue squad and the fire department, and they reached out to many resources inside their departments to find her links to vibrating smoke alarms. There was also training. It's called SCBA, which stands for Self-Contained Breathing Apparatus, or better known as air packs. And there were fit testing along with initial training on the new air packs, which were part of last year's grant, and new packs are in service and all members are trained. Piscataway and Milltown joined together for training on March 30th at the Piscataway Fire Training Facility. I was also invited to attend Student Government Day at the fire department, and I gotta tell you, I learned a lot, but I was a little disappointed that there was no room for me in the fire trucks to get driven home. But they did that for the students. I tried on one of those air packs and a jacket that weighs like, I think, 75 pounds. I don't know, our police and fire and rescue folks are amazing. So it was a really good presentation for the students, and they had stations set up, and they pushed the buttons on the truck and held the hose, and it was really, really awesome. I was glad to be invited. Members are always needed at the Milltown Fire Department, and anyone that's interested in joining can stop by the firehouse on Monday night at 6:30 or email joinmilltownfire@gmail.com. And my last report is the Milltown Rescue Squad. For March, there was a total of 85 calls, 52 in Milltown, 22 on the Turnpike, and rescue, rehab, and mutual aid made up the rest. The squad, like the fire department, is always looking to recruit new talent. They are accepting applications now for summer onboarding. So anyone interested in learning about joining the rescue squad or becoming an EMT should email recruitment@milltownrescuesquad.org. Applications for July 2025 need to be submitted by June 15th. And I believe, Mr. Mayor, that concludes my reports.
Thank you. Councilman Poznanski?
Sure. First, I'm going to speak about the Senior Center. Tuesday, April 22nd, 9:30, bus trip to Ollie's and Trader Joe's. Monday, April 28th, 10:45, a bus trip to the Shrimp Box. The VNA nurse will be available for appointments on Tuesday, April 15th from 12 to 3 p.m. The service is available for Milltown seniors free of charge each month. Please sign up on the bulletin board if you are interested. We have a weekly lunch program on Wednesdays, sponsored by Elijah's Promise on Wednesdays, 12:30. There is such a need for shelters that we will continue collecting throughout the year. This includes unopened dog and cat food, litter, and unused toys and accessories. For the DPW report, street sweeping has taken place and is ongoing to meet DEP regulations. Staff continue to address any potholes that need to be repaired. Please use the Report a Concern feature on the Borough webpage to report any new potholes. Street signs, stop signs, repairs, and replacements have taken place and is ongoing. Branches and brush have been trimmed back. Tennis court cleanup for the upcoming season also. Work has taken place at all baseball fields in town in preparation for, well, it's already happened. Opening day was on the 5th. Road repairs of water main break holes will begin to take place throughout the town now that the asphalt plants have opened. Next recycling date is April 17th. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Potter?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. From the Milltown Recreation Department, we appreciate everyone who joined us for the New Jersey Devils game. It was a terrific game and an enjoyable evening. Our late winter soccer clinic completed on April 3rd with a wonderful turnout. On Tuesday, March 25th, the Fresh Theater Arts Program students performed High School Musical and did an outstanding job. Registration is still open for the Spring Musical Theater Program of Annie, which is scheduled to begin on April 22nd and end on June 10th. The first chess session was a big success. The second session started on March 21st and will end on April 28th. The application deadline for seasonal summer employment was on Tuesday, April 1st. Any applications received after that date will be placed on a wait list. All adult and youth spring programs are set to begin next week. Registration is still open for the Adult Co-ed Softball League and will close on Sunday, April 20th. Please visit Community Pass to register. We are thrilled to announce the launch of our new Pilates program. Registration filled up quick, and the program is scheduled to begin on Tuesday, April 22nd. Pool memberships for the Borough Pool will be on sale on April 25th. Please visit Community Pass to purchase your badge. Albert Avenue Camp and CIT registration will open on April 25th. Camp is scheduled to begin on Monday, June 30th. Spring is here. Don't forget to get in touch with the Recreation Department to secure your date to rent Albert Avenue Park. You can complete the fillable application on the Recreation website. Please be sure to visit our Recreation webpage to familiarize yourself with the upcoming programs. To register for any of the programs, please visit Community Pass. From the Milltown Planning Board, the meeting scheduled for April 2nd was canceled. The next meeting is scheduled for May 7th. And from the Milltown 4th of July organization, we're less than 3 months away from the big day. The Milltown 4th of July organization thanks everybody for their continued support. Don't forget to participate in our Super 50/50 raffle. Limited tickets are still available. And join us for our next time to donate the event at Pasquale's Brick Oven Pizza on April 22nd and 23rd. And if you wish to be a sponsor or participate in the parade, please visit our Milltown 4th of July website or follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Mayor, sorry to interrupt, but Councilman Mango's report is in the packet.
Councilwoman Payne just pointed it out. If you would be so kind.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the Milltown Borough Electric Monthly Report. Winds knocked over a large tree on West Lakewood Drive. The span of electric wires was broken. Utilities made the area safe for the tree removal contractor and then replaced the span of wires. There were 2 separate calls for flickering lights. Department members did the troubleshooting with the aid of our load beast troubleshooting device. One house needed new wires from the street and the other had an internal issue. 2 street lights were repaired and 1 replaced with an energy-efficient LED fixture. Our new pole trailer made its maiden voyage to the utility pole vendor in Old Bridge to pick up a small pole for the firehouse. We took down 2 trees. They took down, not me. They took down 2 trees, one for the Northbrook Drive project and one for the Albert Avenue Path project. DPW crews assisted with the chipping. Line clearance was performed on Desmond, Clay, Rosewood, and Southbrook. Aggressive line clearance has resulted in fewer outages. Inspections were performed on poles in various areas. More replacements are being planned. The utility department assisted the building department with customer issues, replacing electric meters where necessary. And the water utility report. Monitoring of pump stations occurs on a regular schedule. Emergency scheduled markouts occur daily. Staff do final meter readings and handle resident concerns and complaints. Please sign up for the water meter replacement program through VEPO. Replace the hydrant on Northbrook and on North Main Street and on South Main Street. And a reminder that flushing will start on Saturday, April 19th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day until the town is completed. And that is Frank's report.
Thank you. For Attorney Peter Vignola.
Just one thing, Mr. Mayor. The borough has received a number of requests recently for the ability to put memorials on borough properties, and we do have those requests. We're processing them and trying to figure out how to comprehensively come up with how to handle such requests and respond to them. So hopefully by next meeting we'll have something ready.
Thank you.
You got it.
Borough Engineer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, a report, an update on the water meter project. To date, 881 replacements have been completed. That's 248 more than were done at the time of the last council meeting. 9 others are complete and are going through the final validation process. 42 are incomplete, and 186 others are currently scheduled. Secondly, on the Northbrook Drive improvements, the tree removals have been completed, and the contractor is presently removing and replacing the curbs with the new granite block curbing.
Thank you. Business Administrator Fred Carr.
I have nothing, sir.
Thank you. Borough Clerk Monica Aranda.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. One big announcement I have for the polling locations for Election Day. There were a lot of complaints last year about District 4 being here at Borough Hall, since District 4 is within the area of Joyce Kilmer. So we did get permission from the county to switch District 4 back. Postcards will be going out, and for the primary election and elections going forward, District 1 and District 3 will be here at Borough Hall. District 2 and District 4 will be at Joyce Kilmer School, and Districts 5 through 9 will remain at the Senior Center. Postcards will be going out to all the households affected by this change. Primary is June 10th, as I've been reminding everybody. The next thing is May 12th is our Youth and Government meeting. We have 11 students from the Joyce Kilmer School coming to run our meeting, so I hope everybody tunes in to see that. And Resolution 2025-145 is hiring a new municipal clerk. She will be starting May 5th. I am staying on board through the end of May to help transition her. I want to thank everybody for their patience with the clerk's office as I try and juggle both jobs and get to everybody's request as quickly as I can. I am staying on as the planning board secretary, so I'm not completely gone from Milltown. And that is all I have for my report.
Thank you. Does any member of council have any old business to bring before council?
Yes, Mayor, although I'm not sure, so maybe you can help me. I'm not sure if this is old business or new business. But I think it's maybe old business because Councilman Poznanski spoke about this about a half hour ago. So I guess that makes it old business. And I just want to say, so that it's clear for the residents, I'm a member of the Personnel Committee along with Council President Zambrana and Councilman Manco. And we have been a very busy committee, having to hire various positions since I came on board. We have been diligent in reviewing resumes, working with our municipal clerk, working with our business administrator to review every single application that comes in. We all work together as a committee along with our professionals to decide who would be the right fit for an interview. The municipal clerk that we hired tonight was initially interviewed by the business administrator and the municipal clerk. And we were invited to meet, the personnel committee met with the candidate, and we had a lot of questions, and we had a good discussion with her, and we felt that she was the right fit. As Councilman Collins pointed out, this is how normally committees work, right? That, you know, committees tackle issues and make recommendations to the council for vote. There was a comment made by Councilman Poznanski that he wasn't aware of the hire and he hadn't seen the resume. That's all included in the packet of information that we receive as council people. And we received those packets on Thursday, which gives every council member plenty of time to review. And in that packet was the resume that Councilman Poznanski certainly was able to review. And with that, when we get those packets, if any council member has a question on anything in the packet, which is the business of what we do at every meeting, they can ask anyone, any one of us, any questions about any of the work that we do on any of the committees. So Councilman Poznanski did not call me to ask me about the hiring of the municipal clerk, and he could have, you know, but he had the information in the packet that we receive for every meeting. So I just wanted to be clear in terms of the process, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Councilman Payne, you're a recommended committee. I found out, and I'm sure Council President will find this interesting, I found out from someone at Dunkin' Donuts on Friday that we had hired a new clerk. And they laughed when I said I didn't know anything about it. Do you have anything to say about that, sir?
You had the council packet on Thursday.
No, I had it on
Councilman
Friday.
Poznanski.
I didn't rush
It was
down to get
available
it.
on Thursday.
Okay, Councilwoman Payne.
Mr. Orlando, are the packets, or is the stuff uploaded on the website on Thursday or Friday?
Everything was done on Thursday. It was Thursday night when I uploaded it to the website because I had to get home to my kids.
Okay.
But packets were done Thursday afternoon, emailed out to council Thursday afternoon, and then uploaded for the public later that day.
Okay, thank you. Is that it for
New business.
old business? Does any member of council have any new business to bring before the council?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just had a couple things. One was on the contract for the snack shack that is out. I don't know, maybe, you know, we should advertise it a little better. It's a minimum bid's $1,000. The only thing I had a problem with is this packet is like 95 stipulations in here. We get $1,000 from the snack shack, but how much in legal bills do we pay for this contract?
Our QPA drew that up.
What's that?
The QPA drew that up, so we got
QPA drew
nothing
up?
in legal bills.
Oh, okay, because it's like extensive. I mean, the person would need an attorney to read it. It's like, what is it, 95 numbers on it? The next thing I wanted to talk about was the security camera at the library parking lot. There's a back and forth between the public safety and the library about who should pay for it. So, and I'm not sure if we have the manpower to read, you know, watch the camera. That's another question we have. But I think we should really seriously consider that next year about putting a security camera in the library parking lot. You know, and that's all I have for tonight. Happy holidays to all.
Okay. Close new business. Open to the public. The public comment portion of our meeting is to allow the public to bring to the council's attention their concerns or comments. The council will respect the public's time by refraining from any comments until the speaker has finished. It should be further noted that the public comment portion of our meeting is not structured as a question and answer session, so please state your name and address for the record when you come to the podium. Just a reminder that under the rules of council, individuals wishing to speak during their public input part of the meeting shall be limited to 5 minutes and may, after other speakers have finished, be allowed to speak for a second 5-minute period.
Olivia Locandro, 8 West Lawrence Street. Hello, I'm Olivia Locandro, the student representative member of Milltown's Human Relations Committee, and we're continuing our mission to bring attention to lesser-known periods of observance for marginalized groups. April is Deaf History Month, aiming to recognize the millions of individuals who are impacted by some form of hearing loss, as well as the culture surrounding the hard of hearing and deaf community. Over the years, medical and social responses to hearing loss have positively shifted, and it's important to continue being conscious of the differences we individuals face, respecting American Sign Language, hearing aids, cochlear implants, and many others. As a society working to bring more recognition to disabilities, awareness and inclusion are both paramount, as well as educating oneself on different experiences that make up someone's everyday life. For more resources regarding hearing loss, the National Association of the Deaf, or the NAD, and the Hearing Loss Association of America, the HLAA, are terrific resources, as well as online videos and classes that teach ASL. Furthermore, all libraries within our book trading system have a plethora of extremely informative books, some sharing the experience of being hard of hearing, and others as references for learning ASL. Milltown has always stood by the message of respecting everyone, regardless of what they look like or if they act differently, and let us continue to uphold that during Deaf History Month. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Mary Ellen Davis, Schwendeman Davis. I live at 119 South Main Street. I'd like to refer to Resolution 2025-152, appointing members to the Schwendeman Homestead Subcommittee. Thank you, Mayor and Borough Council. I'm deeply grateful for your commitment to advancing the plans for Schwendeman's Nature Center. The project is not just a development, it is a testament to our community's dedication to preserving and celebrating the natural world. As many of you know, my father was a renowned taxidermist at the Museum of Natural History in New York. His passion for wildlife, and his meticulous craftsmanship brought the wonders of nature to countless visitors, not only to the museum, but to Milltown itself. He would be incredibly proud to see this nature center come to life, serving as a beacon of education and conservation in Milltown. Not only that, it's going to be a place for relaxation, countless opportunities for scouts, both boys and girls, and a lot of opportunities to make it a beautiful place. I want to thank you once again for your support and vision. Together, we're creating something truly special for Milltown.
Thank you.
Lee Weisenberger, 99 JFK Drive. I have a little question today on the way the departments work in town. Basically, for the attorneys that we represent us in each of those departments, like Ford Avenue, Mr. Cahill, what he does, would that become borough property, or does he retain that?
All right, I don't
I
know
don't
that
know
answer.
specifically what you're asking about, so if you want to talk offline, I'm not sure this is the forum for a question of that.
I can address one to you then, Mr. Brunella, if it helps. Right now, you have a title search on the railroad trestle.
I have a copy of it.
You have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Right. That's borough property then now?
No, it's actually my file copy because the original is in the clerk's office. I believe it's been provided to Ms. Orlando's predecessor.
Okay, that's good. That's what we're driving at. In today's world, that would be electronic and then paper, or one way or the other. In the past, it would have been paper.
Yes.
More than likely, going back.
We haven't had electronics forever, so.
Right.
Yes, you're right.
The borough wouldn't destroy a title search that was done in the past. Be an important piece of document.
Depends on what you did the title search for, and whether you acquired the property, and whether you got a title policy. There's a number of reasons why you might not keep a title search.
Even if the borough did it.
Even if the borough did.
Okay,
Maybe.
that's what I want to know. Appreciate it.
Is that it? Any more? No? Okay, I will close public comment. Council comments. Is there anyone from council that would like to bring something up at this time?
I have 2 items. I'd like to go last if there's anyone who wants to go before me. Okay. First, I'm going to do what I do often, and I'm going to honor certain groups here. This is for the first responders. Milltown's first responders deserve to be honored tonight, so I will do that. Our police department is second to none when it comes to protecting our citizens, from our very youngest to our elders, such as my dear friend George Geis. They serve in every important capacity, even crossing your precious children at crosswalks. If you feel safe day and night in Milltown, thank you. Milltown Police Department. Your fire department, professionally trained and led, is ready at a moment's notice, putting themselves in harm's way for you and your family with proper safety gear and heroism. These brave volunteers rush into danger zones as others are rushing out. They help their fellow firefighters from other towns also when needed. Last, they are devoted and skillfully trained in the saving of lives and ready to be at your home with just a call, our wonderful rescue squad. Whether the emergency be in town or on the turnpike, these well-trained, dedicated, and compassionate volunteers deserve our respect, thanks, and smile. Even though the police are paid and the other first responders are volunteers, the one thing that always stands out to me is one word: selflessness. It says so much about a person, their true self, and in other words, their character. Now, my second discussion is not an easy one. I'm going to address something, and it's actually very painful to me. I'm addressing my comments on a Facebook site in Milltown regarding the state's findings of Milltown schools' education statistics, which were very poor. I visited school board meetings last year. I spoke about how much taxpayer money goes to the Board of Education. I asked questions for transparency to the beleaguered taxpayers. I was rebuffed. No one answered a single question. I have never questioned the hard-working, beloved, dedicated teachers. All the president of the Board of Education kept repeating with a smile to me was, "Come to a budget meeting, Councilman." I did go to a budget meeting, and I was not happy with what I had seen. I'm going to read the few comments on the Facebook site that I weighed in on.
Mayor, I'd like to raise a point of order. I'd like to raise a point of order.
Speaking.
I would like to raise a point of order.
You are out of order.
I'd like to raise a point of order.
Mayor, please tell her.
Mayor,
I'm speaking.
I get you.
When a person is speaking.
I have the right to state my objection.
Peter, you understand Robert's rules. Am I wrong?
Please.
Yes, and I'm following.
Hang on 1 second. Mr. Vignola, please.
I will admit that I am not well-versed in all of Robert's rules, and I will also admit that this organization, while it adopts Robert's rules, doesn't particularly always follow Robert's rules. So, I will start from there. Certainly, Councilman Posnanski has the floor. Councilwoman Payne has indicated that she has a point of order that I don't know what it is yet. So,
I said it was a point of order. And she doesn't know where I'm going with this
Can
also.
you let Mr. Vignola speak, please?
So,
Let him finish what
I
he's
think it might be
saying.
prudent to find out what Councilwoman Payne's point of order is, and then we can decide whether or not it needs to be resolved, or Councilman Posnanski can continue.
Mr. Vignola, I made the point of order. She did not.
I dare say, I heard her say it.
Yes.
So,
Ms. Payne, can you please just...
So, the business of the Board of Ed is separate and apart from the business of council. There is nothing on the current agenda for tonight that speaks to the issues that Councilman Posnanski is attempting to make. He is also commenting on social media posts that I think is inappropriate and not substantiated in terms of the nature of the topic that he's talking about. And so my objection is that he is out of order talking about this issue.
and I would merely indicate that this is the council comment portion of our meeting, and Councilman Posnanski has the ability to discuss any topic which he believes is relevant to the business of the Borough of Milltown. And while I understand your position, certainly if you had a topic that you would like to bring up, you would have to be afforded the same opportunity. So while I understand what your point is, he would still have the ability to make his comments.
Thank you, Peter. I just want the record to reflect the point of order was raised, and I object to the comments that Councilman Poznanski is making.
Council, please continue.
I will find in Robert's rules where a person is speaking, I know you can shake your head, and has the floor, and I will continue. But please keep in mind also that the Board of Education meetings have around 15 chairs for visitors to attend and are not filmed or televised, so busy parents have very little transparency from the responsible body. Now I will read my comments that I know were passed around amongst you and your group. My first comment, it's about someone who is purporting that the GOP is brainwashing people. But what I said, the numbers are factual. It's the numbers that I saw that I was regarding. My second comment, $18 million of taxpayer money, and I have gone to the school board meetings and brought this up, and over $7 million of state-funded taxpayer dollars this year. We should expect students to be performing at a top-tier level. Something is going wrong, it needs to be investigated and turned around quickly. The children deserve better, and so do the taxpayers and parents. I'm very respectful in my comments, and I hope other people can see this. My next comment. I've gone to school board meetings and rarely see a parent unless they have an issue. When I speak at meetings, they do not respond to me, yet council is responsible for funding everything that they do, which is true. My next comment. Look at the budget, see the expenses beside teacher salaries. Bureaucracy is very deep. Standing expenses are high. You will not be happy with what you see. There is no oversight from council. We are accountable for the money. And the Board of Education is unaccountable to the taxpayers. My next comment. I invited the superintendent, I won't use her name, to come to a council meeting to have a dialogue with the intent of informing the community of her goals for the students, and she declined. My last comment, it's to a person that I know. I won't use his name. Blank. I think it's 68% or so, in addition to $2 million from busing. They also received around $7.5 million from state taxpayer money. She also asked for an additional 2% each year, which they are allowed to do. Those are my comments. Now I'm going to continue. Council President Zambrano, please inform the audience just where I was in your words, inciting violence to the superintendent, who happens to be a woman. Where was I inciting violence, sir?
So, Councilman,
I am asking you a question.
I'm going to continue.
I'm asking you a question, sir. Answer. When you said I incited violence, sir?
I'm going to continue.
Okay.
I'm going to continue. This is not the appropriate use of Borough Council.
Yo, yes, it is, sir.
The Board of Education does
You're
not
defaming me, sir. You're inciting violence against me.
Borough, the Board of Education does not report to the council. The council does not.
Okay, I'd like to reclaim my time, please. You will not answer my question, so I want to reclaim my time. Okay? You also stated that it was embarrassing what I said, and that I am embarrassment, correct? Okay.
It is.
Okay, that's your opinion?
It is my opinion.
Your opinion means nothing to me, sir.
That's fine.
You stated this was a very bad look for me?
It is. It is. Any comment that you make, whether you think or not, makes it look like we all think like you, and then we think the same.
How so? How so? You're speaking on my own. I'm speaking on my own, sir. That's right. That's right. I'm able to speak for myself, and I'm also speaking for the people in town. To be transparent for the people in town who get nothing from the Board of Ed. There are no cameras. There are 15 seats, sir.
What I would do if I were you?
I didn't ask you a question.
That's fine, but what I would do if I were you is what I would do is I would go and get our council liaison here at the Board of Education, who is a former Board of Education member, to get a meeting to talk about all these things that you're not happy with, or even get put together a parent sort of group to answer these kinds of questions.
Okay. May I continue?
Sure.
Okay.
You may.
I will not treat you with the disrespect that you continually treat me. There is military expression that applies here. You salute the rank, not the man. Council President, I sent you 3 very important texts, February 23rd, 24th, 25th, all unanswered. I received an email from you in the evening of April 8th asking for a call. I called April 9th, no answer, no call back. On April 11th, an email asking if I am free for a call. My exact message was, I should be available around 7, you may call me then. In your text berating me, you told me that you did not return my call because I don't tell you when to call me. Is that correct?
Your tone again is condescending.
No, sir. I'm asking you